G'day guys. So I've changed my setup a little bit here, and we're going to try this. And forgive me for the sound quality here if it's not very good. I'm actually running it from my PackTalk Slim here, wirelessly to my phone, and using a voice memo for the talking. So we'll see if it sounds any good. I'm not even sure if this video will be usable, but all right. So we've adjusted these forks. I'm going to go ahead and take this thing for a ride. So we'll get gloved up and get going here. So we'll do a quick jaunt through town, and then we'll head out to the highway and bring it up to speed. And hopefully this will be a successful and profitable venture. We'll see. Well, that gets easier every time I do it. One of these days I'm going to knock myself on my butt coming out of the driveway there. I have a north-facing house with a steep driveway that goes down into our garage. It has its advantages, but it sure is a pain in the wintertime. And that ice can be a little tricky coming up. You basically hope you have some momentum before you hit the ice, and then you just pull the clutch and pray you got enough to make it through. But I've been surprised how easily I've been able to go through there. So, oh, you know what? Actually, I'm going to flip around here. See. I'm going to take this twisty road we've got back here and see how it does on the twisties. There's 2025, and this feels really good. I'm going to rock back and forth a little bit, hop up and down. This thing feels really nimble. Yeah, feels really good. Actually better than it ever has for me. So probably because it's lower and I feel a little bit better with it. I'm 5'8" with a 32-inch inseam. And at that height, 32 inches, I believe this is a 34-inch seat height, if I remember right. However, I've got this custom seat that is quite tall. So it was pretty tough for me to hold on here. I was tiptoeing it at best, so nice to be able to get this down to where I can actually touch both toes, if not both feet. I can flat foot one side, but I can't flat foot both, as short as I am. But I'll take the cushier seat over being able to touch really well. Head out here. This isn't a real fast road. It's just a 35 mile an hour, 40 mile an hour road, and but it's fun. It's got some nice twisties to it, and this feels really good and smooth. I don't know if the video will really help, but to show you how smooth it is comparatively, but it feels really good. Nice, and I'm not getting any unpredictable shuddering from the front end at all like I was. That feels pretty darn good. Just kind of varying my speed and varying everything. Of course, as I'm doing that, I'm really watching my mirrors and making sure I'm not angering any of the other public that are around, possibly. Yeah, this feels great. This is a new camera angle. We'll see how it works. I don't like the fact that you can see part of my helmet here, but I'm struggling with the mounts on these cameras, these Sony cameras. I like to do the Everride mount, but I got a little bit of dual lock and I couldn't get it to really stick real well to my helmet. So I think my next step is to use a little sandpaper and rough up my helmet, which doesn't really make me happy, but I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Make that mount stick to my helmet, because it doesn't stick to anything. I think this has kind of a pearlized paint, and I think that dual lock sticks really well to gloss. That pearl paint doesn't seem to like to stick, but and who knows, maybe I just didn't prep it right or something, but I've got some other options I can try and stuff, and we'll figure it out eventually here, and I'll try to get the best camera angle for you guys that I can. So here's the old roundhouse. This thing's been here for well over 100 years, I believe. It's now a convention center, or at least in part. So a very expensive government project that has probably never paid for itself. But then again, do any government projects ever pay for themselves? This is downtown Main Street, Evanston. So this is the big city right here. Kind of a cute little town, but this street right here scares the living crap out of me. I never like driving down it in a car, let alone on a bike. Get everybody parking the way they park there, and nobody watches as they back up. You can have just about everything run out in front of you. Man, that guy couldn't barely see over the steering wheel. This is called Front Street. This is just the main drag here in town, really. This is where all the traffic goes through, at least. And you know, just a little 4-lane, really. 3-lane right here and 4-lane right ahead. So one of these days I'm going to remember to turn my blinker off when I turn. It sure seems you can't remember to do that. Here's the river. Wow, there's a lot of snow came off that fast. We've had a really cold March so far and a cold winter. And a fair amount of snow. I think we're probably close to normal on snow. But it's coming on quick now. Spring's really starting to come along. So like the ambulance is still out. Alright, so we're heading 30 right now. As far as feeling the shock, this feels really quite good. I'm not going to pull too many shenanigans since I've got vehicles around me here. But this feels really good. Nice and smooth. I believe it goes up to 40 here, just up around the corner. So now, something this time of year we really got to watch out for is deer around here. There's a whole big old herd that's moved into town. There's normally deer in this town anyway all year, but they seem to be in high concentration right now with the snow up in the hills. We've got to use a lot of caution, really watch forward, and do our best. Alright, so we'll roll on up to 40 here and see how this feels. Great. Cuts in the road. Feeling good. I'll bring it back down to 40 here. There we go. Tire patrol's right there. And since it's stupid to break over the speed limit on a bike, that's for sure. Alright, so we're going to bring it up to 50. Luckily I don't have any vehicles behind me right now, so kind of vary my speed a little bit and just test this. Let's first roll it on up to 50 here since we're passing that speed limit sign.
So at this point, unfortunately, my audio started cutting out on my microphone. Pack Talk Slim has a auto squelch or an auto noise reduction feature to it, and apparently I didn't have it set either too sensitive or not sensitive enough, and so it just cut off and you could only hear a few words I say. So unfortunately I didn't catch some of that video, but I think once we figure out the way this sound should work, it should just get better. But with regard to the suspension, as I went up to 50, 55, 60, 65, and so forth, I went all the way up to 75 miles an hour. I just was really impressed. The bike was really stable. It never had any kind of shudder whatsoever, very predictable, held its line well. And I even, and during this time I was really kind of gentle on the handlebars, trying to feel any kind of shudder or problem that way. I shifted my weight forward and backward, and it really just did perfectly. So I think this is in great shape. I think we've really fixed the problem. So just that 1 centimeter really made a difference. I hope this video has been beneficial for you. And if you have any questions or would like to request any specific videos, please leave a message down below, or you can message me directly. And remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the trails.